Today's talk is why positive affirmations don't work. Something very, very close to my heart. I've tried working it this way. I've tried working affirmations that way. I've reworded. I've tried this style. I've tried that style. Many, many times over multiple years. I've started it. I've stopped. I've gone back to it. I was like, no, it's going to work. It's not going to work. It's always pushing forward to see what's going to happen. But I'm going to give 3 examples today. The first example is what I've learned over many, many years. And that is, when you've come from a situation of it not succeeding in the past, it's a mind what I call scans. And it keeps checking, is it working? Is it working? Is it working? And as much as I keep saying, oh no, this time I'm going to try it, everyone else can make it work, I must better make it work. So it's always scanning, and it's checking, and it's scanning, and it's checking. What is it really scanning for? It's to tell us that, oh, see, we're going to fail again, because now we've got this automatic response inside our mind that thinks, okay, this doesn't work. Positive affirmations don't work. I've tried it to word it as much as I could to put it in a way where it becomes a positive affirmation, not just an affirmation like you can't do this, because that's a negative affirmation. I've learned that that's not going to work. It's got to be in present tense. I've learned that as well. But I've put it in a very positive way, and I've thought, oh, okay, I've now got the wording right. But the problem is my mind's constantly scanning. It's going, oh, it's like it's checking. Is it good? Is it not good? Is it not good? And then it's always based on this. So the energy and the emotions that's inside of me is now feeling nervous. It's always got a negative bias to it. It's almost like I'm stuck underneath this big rock that's holding me down. So I'm not free for the power of it to work. So I'm restricted every single time because this whole scanning thing. Scanning, it's like, okay, yes. It's like going back to the rock or first base. It's like, okay, I keep getting stuck to the first place all the time. Oh, I can't get past there. There's a wall there I can't get through because it's checking it and scanning it. So that is one of the big reasons why positive affirmations never work for me. Second example ties in nicely. I've covered a little bit, but I want to go into it a bit more. Saying that the words, but because they're in the past experience, they just weren't feeling right. What I meant by that is that affirmations are not just a list of words in a sequence in a positive way. There's an emotion attached to it. Because of the scanning, the body's already going into it like a failure. It can't work. It's not possible. So every time it goes into this, it's already got that mode of to make something successful, you have to be into it. And the energy we give out. Because what we give out is what we're going to get back. Because now I'm always scanning, is it a problem? And now I'm even nervous, are these going to work? Am I going to waste my time? I'm going to get up in the morning. I thought, okay, the best time slot was just before bed. That's because then as I fall asleep, it'll be subconsciously going in. But unfortunately, subconsciously, my mind's scanning, is it not working? My mind's also scanning, oh, these words of past experience, it never worked. My mind's going in the past, my mind's going worried about the future. Is that going to work? Is it not going to work? It keeps going around everywhere to try and resolve this problem. But it's not resolving, it's actually making this problem even larger because the experiencing of the past is a dominant thought. So if the dominant thought of the past was, it's not working, and I'm trying to carry that through now without realizing that this thought is still not working, what am I going to get? More of the same. So instead of moving forward, I'm actually creating a situation and making it worse and worse. The third example is, which I think is considered the biggest problem for me personally, is where affirmations become very fixed into a certain idea, into a certain box, very much compartmentalized. And when I make it so rigid that all I can focus on is allow in, is that. But because when you're a man of God and you trust Him and you're focusing on this, you're not really giving Him much room to present what He thinks is best for me. I'm creating an idea that I believe is correct, but unless I see it 100%, it's not going to be that way. I'm going to get upset and the scanning is going to happen. So it's very rigid. I mean, the concept is to have an affirmation of this is what I want. But now I've made it so rigid. So all the control I'm putting on, which is not really what I'm about. I'm about letting go and leaving it up to Hashem, God, to take care of it. but it won't happen unless I give a suggestion. But the problem is my suggestion was so fixed that it didn't give any room for anything to come in, because it's just not available. So if I'm trying to take control, so what am I giving out? I'm trying to take control, then what's coming back? Well, if you want to control it, I'll let go, move away, you can do it all on your own. So they ended up with the same thing, that the fears were kept coming back in because of that huge rigidity. So what I want to share with you is the main points. So the answer is really, what did I do? One was being open. So what I've learned over many, many years is that my job is I'm present here. So that's the first thing I had to do, is be present. The second thing is that knowing, as we're taught, when you let go and let God take over, our job is not to get involved in outcomes and results. We can talk about that another time. Our job is just to be present and to be very thankful. And by being present, I'm able to just work on now. When the mind starts wandering back, nope, that was an outcome that I was trying to get fixated on. I got tricked again by the evil angel, the Yetzer Hara. But now my job is to be present, right here, right now. And we also know one of the most effective ways is to give out what we want, is visualize it. Visualizing it not totally with our eyes, but visualizing it with a whole body experience, with a positive experience. I'm now visualizing what I want over here. You can say that's the same thing with affirmations. But what I'm also adding to it, which I think is a most critical part of the whole thing, is now I'm just being relaxed and I'm knowing God Hashem will bring in what I need. How will that happen? I'm going to listen. It doesn't always have to be with my ears. Like the other day I was doing something and all of a sudden someone made a comment. I was like, I don't think this person knows what he's talking about. And I took a deep breath, and then I realized I needed to hear that comment for a very, very good reason. And when I started to think about it more and just let go, he said something, but it wasn't quite exactly what it was, needed to be. But then I realized, wow, there's something in there that was really, really helpful and productive. So I grabbed that and ran with it, and tell you what, it made such a difference. So what I'm trying to say is, you visualize what you do want, but you stay open to hearing and listening and feeling. When you start trusting your internal intuitions, that's when it really opens up. Wow, okay, I want this. And then you just let go. I know I'm going to hear the signal. So you start just relaxing and start getting excited. Where is God Hashem going to present that signal? It is absolutely amazing, and it takes all the stress off. You can't emphasize how much stress it takes off. It goes from a stressful situation to an exciting situation, because now you're sitting there, sitting back, waiting, you're doing what you need to do, and then all of a sudden, you just know it's going to come from anywhere. It could come from a screen, it could come from a video, it could come from, as I said, somebody made a comment. It could be something you're reading, it could come anywhere. And then you realize, that's what I've been dreaming for. That's what I've been visualizing. It's giving me the next step. It's helping me there. And even by simply letting go and just allowing it to happen, that can help with your health. It can help with more clarity of your mind. It can help you go to the next step by reducing that stress. There's so many answers can be done just by simply doing that. I want to thank you very much for staying through to the end. I appreciate it a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, I thank you very much.